Hello, welcome to Tokyo. That right there is the schedule for the 2024 Sakura cherry blossoms. In this episode, I'm going to go over it, some surprising information. I'll tell you right now, it's later than we thought it would be by a few days. That might be significant for some people. You can't plan your trip around the cherry blossoms. I'm going to tell you that. I say that every year, but people do it anyways. Why not? You know, it's adventure. Right behind me, those are cherry blossom trees. In fact, the entire Sumida River, just about everywhere you go, you're going to find a Sakura cherry blossom tree, a Some Yoshino variety, the one with the white blossoms. So beautiful. We'll take a look at them as well as look at the maps, and I will go over every single location in Japan, save for maybe Okinawa because they're already blooming there or finished there. It's going to be an interesting episode. Let's get right into it. It's quite windy right here, so I do apologize if there's any wind noise. This is the full map of the whole country, and I guess I'm going to have to take it in a little bit. You can see down in the southwest is Kagoshima, and then in the northeast, which is Hokkaido, up in the top of the screen, the cherry blossoms do not bloom at the same time. And this is one of the biggest confusions for international tourists. They think that, oh, I might miss the cherry blossoms. Actually, if you're coming anytime between the middle of March and the beginning of May, you could possibly see the cherry blossoms all over the country. They stop blooming around June up in the very north in Wakkanai in Hokkaido, where that green area is. But the majority of people are in the zone between Osaka and Tokyo, and that's what we'll also focus on today. So let's start off at the region. Let's take a look at the situation right now. So if you look over there, across the river, that's the Tokyo Sky Tree right there. It's a nice sunny day, but quite windy. On the lower part of your screen, you'll see a ton of bare trees. Those are actually cherry blossom trees, and there's nothing on them yet, the Some Yoshino variety. That doesn't mean that the Some Yoshino, that the other cherry blossoms aren't blooming. Well, it is really windy here. The wind is picked up. These are cherry blossoms. We're gonna walk over there and take a look at them, and just to see where we are according to the schedule. Let's start off down where everybody's probably tuning in to right now, the Tokyo area. This is the Tokyo Kanto area, and you can see Tokyo is slated to have the cherry blossoms come in pretty early, around March 20th, which is, I don't know, about 5 weeks from now, which is, you know, that seems pretty early, but you know, the cherry blossoms are pretty much done in Tokyo around April 2nd or 3rd. The first rain around that time, the first weekend, usually the rain or the wind blows them all away once they get to Mankai, which is 100%. But it's interesting that the Tokyo area in the red there is one of the first places, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that as well. It's basically because the Pacific side of Japan is warmer than the Sea of Japan side, the other side, and thus the cherry blossoms will bloom earlier. The urban heat in Tokyo, the asphalt also makes the surrounding areas warmer, so the trees do bloom earlier as a result of that. So that's basically the reason why. The later regions in the center, also because of the mountains, that's where the Japanese Alps are. So you can see pretty close to Tokyo, if you just go up to elevation, the cherry blossoms blooming at a different, see if I can get the mic closer to me, at a different time the year. Up on the top of the screen is Utsunomiya, 326, March 26th. Down at the bottom of the screen, Nagano at April 3rd. So that's the window of the area surrounding Tokyo. Nagano being, of course, in the mountains and closer to the Sea of Japan side, Nagano City. But in the area, it looks like just a few days after Tokyo, the rest of Kanto starts to bloom. Mito is a week after Tokyo. It's a little bit cooler up there in the north on March 27th. Interesting. All right, let's start moving around to the very, why don't we look at the Kansai region now? And I'll take a look at some of your questions here too. Osaka is 5 days after Tokyo. Now, you know, this is, again, we're still like 5 weeks out. I don't know how the weather is going to be for the next 5 weeks. It could change and be earlier if we have warm weather with lots of sun like it is right now. But Osaka is right now set for March 25th, according to this schedule. Nara is March 28th. Kyoto is March 25th. Wakayama is March 25th, and Kobe March 28th. And then you have there up in the mountains around Shiga Prefecture is March 31st. Okay, and then the Aichi region in pink is going to be a little bit earlier. So the Kansai region a little bit about 4 or 5 days later than Tokyo, I would say. Generally, it's like that. I'm not sure why. I guess it's the urban heat. Now let's go all the way down to the west. This is Kyushu now. Kyushu, Kagoshima, March 26th. You would think this being further south, it would be warmer, but it's actually more west, and it's not. I don't know why. Sometimes the cherry blossoms will actually bloom earlier here. It just depends on the variety too. There's so many different ways to go on. So essentially, when we talk about cherry blossoms, we're talking about the Some Yoshino, which is the predominant variety in most of the country. Those are the white blossoms. Kumamoto is March 24th. Nagasaki, March 22nd. Shiga Prefecture, March 23rd. Oita, March 25th. Miyazaki, March 24th. So it's like pretty much like the middle, 23rd to 25. It should be blooming all over Kyushu by then. All right, let's take a look now at Shikoku. And this is Shikoku. We might be surprised yet. Kochi Prefecture says March 22nd, but Kochi is usually one of the first places to bloom. You see that red down on the bottom that looks like a mini Australia. That's Kochi Prefecture. That's Shikoku Island and Kochi Prefecture on the Pacific side. Typically, some trees start blooming around March 15th, so we'll see how this all shapes up. Tokyo likes to be the first, or thinks they like to be the first, but I get a feeling Kochi might make a comeback here. They get a lot of sun. Well, it depends on how the weather is for the next 5 weeks, but Kochi might surprise us. Looks like Hiroshima will be March 23rd. Matsue, which is near Totori right there, Shimane Prefecture, March 27th. Again, cooler on the Sea of Japan side. Shimonoseki at March 25th. And we have Totori, March 27th again. Yonago and Matsue, it's all part of the Sanin region. Okayama, March 26th. All pretty much about the same time. They start blooming down there a week after Tokyo. All right, let's move up to Tohoku here. This is Japan's north, and this is where when I say, oh, I missed the cherry blossoms in Tokyo, don't worry. Take a Shinkansen, go up, especially to Aomori, and you're going to find some really beautiful cherry blossoms at the festivals up there. Aomori is April 10th, all right? And that is pretty generous, I think. I think if you look a little bit more to the mountains, you're probably going to get to April 17th. So the cherry blossoms festivals there are probably going to be earlier, it seems. I don't know. But Aomori City, they have right now on the schedule as April 10th. Seems a little bit earlier. Morioka, April 9th. Akita, April 8th. So there you go. It's like later in the Tohoku region. Yamagata, April 4th. Of course, if you're going inland to like Ginzan Onsen up in the mountains, it's probably going to be closer to April 15th. Sendai is March 31st, and then Fukushima is March 29th. So yeah, Tohoku, and you can see based on the mountains there, mountainous region, it's going to be later. Let's look at Hokkaido now. This is the very north, the island up there. Hakodate, April 17th. You can see if you really want to see it, jump on a flight, get up there. You can even see it in Nemuro and Kushiro. Kushiro, look at that on the right side, is May 5th. One of the last places. And Wakanai also says up there May 5th. I've seen them on cold years. They're still blooming into June, okay, up there, like the end of May. I've seen up in Wakanai, the cherry blossoms like around June 1st, some of them still lingering on there. So yeah, cherry blossoms in Japan, you'll find them up in elevation in north, up in Daisetsuzan National Park near Asahikawa, still lingering up in June. So, no worries. You can still see them if you really are die-hard fans of it. Obihiro in the center of Hokkaido is April 21st. So And Muroran is April 22nd. Sapporo, April 18th, a little bit earlier, but yeah, it's after just before Golden Week. Typically, the cherry blossom festivals. Now, here's the asterisk marks that you really need to know here. The asterisk mark is, all right, that's when they start to bloom. And my hat's down way down because of the wind. That's when they start to bloom. And the starting to bloom means that, like, they don't hit Mankai, which is full bloom, until about a week after. Again, it depends. Like, sometimes they'll just open up really fast if the weather's nice. But if it's kind of chilly, it might take a week to 10 days before it's Mankai. And then they'll hang on for another 3 or 4 days, and then the first wind or rain, whoosh, it's gone. So when it says the cherry blossoms start to open up around March 20th, which is later than normal, that means probably around March 27th will be Mankai, or March 25th to 27th, and that'll be the peak time to see it in Tokyo according to the schedule. You can't go wrong if you're coming around March 23rd and to March 28th in Tokyo. You're probably going to see a really beautiful view of the city at that time. In the other regions of Japan, again, add another week to the start of it, and you'll get probably Mankai, which is when the blossom's at 100%. I hope that that's really useful for you guys here. Already it started, though. I mean, I saw this post from Asahi Beer. The cherry blossom fever really picks up starting today, the day after Valentine's Day, or is this the day after that? The day after Valentine's Day, the chocolate gets moved to the side and all the pink stuff comes out. Because Valentine's Day is a little weird in Japan. The women give the men the chocolate on Valentine's Day, and on March 14th, the men give the women the White's Day gift, a return gift. So the women have to make the first step in relationships according to this holiday. I don't really celebrate it, although I got some really good chocolates from Kanai. And Kanai this year gave Leo some chocolates too. Actually, it was just a cookie, but you know, he got something, so now he's got to buy something for Kanai. So the day after Valentine's Day, all these products start coming out, including, and you can see the beer is a big one here. I say that because, like, at the supermarket, you can see, like, I'm always surprised. And the weird thing about the wrapped beer cans for cherry blossoms, these are good to drink underneath the cherry blossom trees, is that they sell out before the cherry blossoms start. And it's hard to find these pink cans during cherry blossom season, so you have to buy them in advance, or you can get them on Amazon COJP perhaps. But they're brewed now. They started coming out at the end of January. What? So early, after Setsubun, I think, which is February 2nd, around February 3rd, you start to see some cherry blossom products coming out, which is just bizarre. Already we're seeing the cherry blossoms products from Starbucks. They just released press releases. It's a big deal for them. You start to see Japan's cherry blossom confections. You got the frappuccinos and you know, all the marketing and the gimmicks. Is it any good? They kind of just taste generic to me. It's like white chocolate with infused pink stuff. Cherry blossoms in general, they taste salty with some floral in there. The donuts are sort of interesting, but I prefer just their sugar donuts, to be honest with you. But their products for, like, tumblers and stuff, quite cute. Girls seem to like it. They have these mochiri on balls, which are these donuts with sakura and infused tea, this chiffon cake with a pickled cherry blossom on top. And then there's the sakura donuts. So, you know, it's they got some pretty interesting stuff. That looks like some mochi there. So Starbucks, you know, one of the leaders in weird confections, but certainly not the only one. All the products come out pink around this time of year, and they're gone and when the cherry blossoms come out, all that marketing is gone because they've already moved on to the next thing. It's always kind of weird. Let's go down and take a look at the trees just to get an update. One of the earliest places where the blossoms bloom, there's different varieties of the cherry blossoms. They're already blooming. I saw at the end of January some blooming in Toyosu. These are Some Yoshino in front of us. So they're not going to come out for another 5 weeks. But we'll take a look. Who knows? Maybe there's like one that just came out early, like, hey, how's the weather? Oh, it stinks. The first tree in Tokyo with the cherry blossoms coming out is the one at Yasukuni Shrine. And Yasukuni is in the center of the city, so it is warmer with the urban asphalt heat. And that is called the indicator tree that the Japan Meteorological Association uses to judge exactly when the cherry blossoms will come out. This report seems to be a little bit earlier than usual, but I think you can never get excited enough for the cherry blossoms. All right, I put my hat up again. It says, I don't want to lose this hat. The wind's going to blow it into the river. I feel bad for the fish that have to deal with my stinky hat. Well, it's not that bad, actually. All right, let's look over here. If you haven't already seen on social media, there's a city in Shizuoka down on the Pacific side. Well, Shizuoka's always on the Pacific side, but down on the peninsula there, from Atami, that's famous for having the first cherry blossoms because the river is lined with that early variety of the cherry blossoms, and it was stunning, and that's blooming right now. And I almost got on a train to go down there, but I got just too much work here. Maybe next year I'll do that. All right, we're coming into the Some Yoshino trees here, with the sky tree going to be disappearing behind there. Beautiful sunny day, just it is kind of windy. Let's investigate the lovely Some Yoshino trees right here. My backyard in Chioku, you can see nothing is blooming now. Thank you for that. Kawazu is the name of the town in Shizuoka. It's a nice little town. I've been there many years ago, but it wasn't during the cherry blossom seasons. You can see sort of where the buds are going to come out, but they're still quite brown. But in about a week or so, we're going to start to see some of the buds coming out. It's going to, not the buds, sorry, the branches of green are start to come out as the sun and the warming weather for spring. We start to see the trees starting to regenerate and grow. And that's when I get really exciting, when I see any green on these Some Yoshino trees. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. Ramsey Silence here. Get yourself some coffee on the go to go with the chocolates. Thank you for that. I think I will. Yeah. And we'll put that. I have to start thinking about Kanai's White's Day gifts too. So, and I know you were never here, but the coffee's very much appreciated. Thank you, Ramses. Yeah, it's very, very quiet on those trees right now. You know, it's so beautiful too. There's a light up there. And one of the beautiful things with the cherry blossoms in Japan is they illuminate them at night in many places. That light is not a beautiful light though. It's not the greatest one, but it looks like when the Some Yoshino trees have peaked and gotten to Mankai, 100% bloomed, it looks like it snowed. And I usually go outside at night and I'll take a light and I just like walk around, and there's usually nobody outside but me and my light. And I love to just look at it, and maybe I'll take Leo this year. Kanai likes to stay home. It's typically still kind of cool. But these branches are heavy with those blossoms, and then they fall, and those petals go into the river, they go into the waterways, and for a day or two, you have these beautiful white rivers and waterways filled with the petals. And I have cherry blossom fever, as you know, on this live streaming channel. I probably won't do as many live streams about cherry blossoms. I say that now, but they do get kind of old. The excitement. Well, if you're wanting to come to Japan during that time, I guess it's a reason to kind of share it with you. During the last few years when nobody could come to Japan, dare I even say the word. It was great to bring you with me, but now that you can come to Japan, a lot of you will be here. So hopefully we can do a meetup. It would be great to sit down underneath the cherry blossom trees, have a drink or two. I don't drink so much alcohol anymore, or actually eat much of the junk food that they have, like the deep fried chicken and stuff like that. I don't eat as much as that as before. But a picnic's a picnic, man. I'll take it. I'll take it. So that's where we are right now. It seems kind of early, and I thought it was funny that they released a schedule. But hey, you know, if they do that, that's news. Could be the first one. Thanks for bringing it up. Yes, I'm still planning to do that, Sir Lance Geo. I'm still planning to do that. I've gotten in some requests to make some videos around Japan, so the dates to book the boat that hopefully will come right past here. I still haven't decided that yet, so it looks like it's going to be maybe in April. The thing is, yeah, I got so many things on this schedule. I have to, that's one date that's immovable once I rent the boat, because I've already canceled it once before last year. I booked it, and then what did they do? Like tourism kept coming back and forth, and especially during the pandemic. It's something I've been wanting to do for a very long time, but it's going to be my 50th birthday boat. That's sort of a present to me and to the community. So I will have to charge a little bit for it, because we are all going to chip in and pay for the boat. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I'll see if we can get like a alcohol plan if people are interested in it. I'm not so interested in that. Maybe BYOB if that's going to be something, or if we can get food on board the boat. But whatever happens, it'll be fun. Well, thank you. I don't feel 50. But I probably look it. I was looking at video. Like, I guess I'm not a huge fan of Jon Stewart's Daily Show, for example, but he did come back to that show, and he was showing images of him when he first started it and images of him now, and we've all aged. You cannot escape it, and you know, I get trolled a little bit. Well, you've really aged, and I really don't get bothered by that, because what are you going to do about it? I'm just happy that I have my good health and I'm feeling good, and you know, I have a family now, and things are I could say maybe even better than it was 10 years ago. So hey there. But in the end, you can't stop Father Time. All we can do is revel in the beauty of what we have in the present, and which is right now. And even this tree looks beautiful to me. It's going to be so much more beautiful in about 5 weeks. And I hope you guys are here. All right. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was useful. Important information. There's a little bit about the schedule that we have right now in English. Thank you to all the news agencies for reporting about this. I'm just passing along the news here. But if this is around your trip, great. If not, don't worry about it. Just get on the Shinkansen and the train, get around, you'll be able to see it. I'm planning to go to Mito, so maybe we'll get a chance to look at the ume blossoms one more time. I got something I have to film up there, and we could see some beautiful spring coming out. It's just funny because it's like the middle of February, and actually I'm very warm right now. I feel very warm. In fact, I could shed this jacket and go in a t-shirt, get some sun. It's an unusual day. So the rest of the week it's going to be about 20 degrees Celsius in Tokyo. Who knew? It's warmer now than it was in Okinawa when we were there last week, which is crazy to me. All right, everybody, that's all I got. Take care, peace, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another live stream. Matane. Yeah, I'm disappointed. I thought that the space boat will at least make one pass. Maybe I missed it. Maybe I did.